Muchas gracias, señor presidente.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mr. President, the mission for the Security Council went to Haiti from the 11th to the 14th of March in accordance with its mandate in document S/2009/139. The mission was able to assess at first hand the situation in Haiti at a time when it does appear that there is a window of opportunity to enable a consolidation of stability and the undertaking of a process of sustainable development. May I start by expressing my thanks to the representatives of the member states of the Council for the interest they displayed in the mission and the active part they played in all activities connected therewith. The members of the Council showed the concern that does exist regarding the situation in Haiti. I fully believe that our future discussions will benefit from the knowledge acquired during this visit. On behalf of the members of the Council, I should like to express my thanks to the Haitian authorities for their hospitality and openness towards us. I would also like to say to the permanent representative of Haiti, Ambassador Leo Menores, how grateful we are to him for having accompanied us and made the contribution he did to the success of the mission. I must also recognize the impeccable organization as a result of the work of the Secretariat, DPKO, the Special Representative of the Secretary General, Mr. Hedi Anabi, and the minister teams and UN representatives in Haiti. They are indeed to be commended. The mission's visit started with 2 successive missions with the leaders of MINUSTAH and the UN team in Haiti. The Council's mission subsequently held a meeting with the President and his Prime Minister in order to share their perceptions, receive information on programs, and gather impressions on the work of MINUSTAH. Representatives of the Council received additional information on the plans of the Haitian government during a subsequent meeting with the Prime Minister and the Ministers for Planning, Home Affairs, Agriculture, Rural Development, Public Works and Transport. Moreover, Council members held meetings with members of the Senate and the Chamber of Deputies, as well as with the chairs of the committees of Justice and Security of both the legislative chambers and the minister responsible for relations with the Parliament. The Council mission also met with leaders of political parties and members of Parliament in the opposition ranks and held conversations with representatives of the private sector and civil society in Haiti. The meeting with MINUSTAH involved the Special Representative of the Secretary General and his deputies, the leader of MINUSTAH and the Police Commissioner. And the UN team was led by the resident coordinator. Lastly, the representatives of the Council visited on working visits Gonaïves, Port Liberté, UNAMID and Cité Soleil. The members of the mission gathered information and updated assessments on important aspects of the situation in Haiti, in particular the general situation of security, political dialogue in the elections, the extending the state's authority, the rule of law and human rights, social and economic development, and regional cooperation. Security. The mission was able to note the progress made regarding security since MINUSTAH's presence in the country over the last 5 years, in particular resulting from the support provided to the National Police Force to increase its capacity. The greatest improvements can be noted in the drop in the crime rate and the growing confidence of the people in the police force. It is being strengthened by professional training of its members and bolstering of its operational and institutional capacities. The goal of having 14,000 members of the police force, thereby reaching an acceptable rate per 1,000 head of the population, taking into account real needs, is making solid progress. The point of departure, 3,000 members, has actually been trebled today. And in addition, recruitment and assessment programs are successful. The Council mission was able to assess the program's action on reducing violence in communities during its visits in the field. This was possible thanks to cooperation between MINUSTAH and its government counterparts, the National DDR Commission and the UN team in the country led by the UNDP. Progress has been made possible with support from rapid action programs with intensive labor forces which have contributed to stabilizing those marginal city areas which were considered lawless until a very short time ago. The mission also noted the state's lack of capacity to control its borders and territorial waters, which potentially can stimulate illegal activities. The commencement of maritime and air patrols from MINUSTAH with support of the police force should improve the situation, but this must be complemented by other bilateral and regional actions, as these problems are regional in nature, and because MINUSTAH has no mandate to carry out such operations, neither does it have the capacity to carry out interdiction operations. Political dialogue and elections. The mission received information on the political dialogue and the electoral process from the President and the Prime Minister, who provided details with regard to the 5 committees established by the President in order to establish criteria for political parties and civil society for an ambitious reform program. During its visit, the Council held conversations with the national coordinator of these committees and those chairing work on constitutional reform. The Haitian interlocutors agreed on the need for significant reforms, although there were nuances separating the various points of view. There were agreements on the general views of the division of powers, excessive decentralization, and the multiplicity of electoral processes. The arguments militating in favor of a revised constitution are gaining ground amongst the political leaders who share their views on the general criteria regarding the cumbersome administrative structure resulting from the 1987 constitution, the costly process of elections, and other limitations which must be changed. The members of the Council are aware of the tight schedule for constitutional amendments and acknowledge how important it is to reform the Constitution to bring about better governance in the country. Here, the mission put across a message to be pondered by Haitian political leaders in order to achieve the necessary consensus for the appropriate process of constitutional reform. In the interview with their meeting with the President of the Presidential Commission for the Reform of the Constitution, the Council members expressed the need to enhance coordination between the executive power, Parliament and civil society in order to avoid splits and political paralysis, which could hamper the reform process in the country. Members of the Council also held meetings with the President and judges of the Provisional Electoral Council. Future electoral processes mean an electoral period which will last over 36 months, during which there will be 8 ballots. The Council mission received information on logistical support provided by MINUSTAH to the Provisional Electoral Commission and also security assistance. For its part, the Commission reiterated its undertaking to ensure free, fair and inclusive elections in order to ensure the credibility of an electoral process which is threatened by the possible exclusion of one of the most important political groups excluded on legal grounds. The Council mission said that everything possible must be done to deal with the perception of exclusion felt in particular sectors of the population. During its meetings with representatives of political parties, the representatives of the Council were able to note attitudes undermining the legitimacy of the forthcoming elections, where there are suspicions of fraud and distortion. However, Council members received assurances that objections will be dealt with by legal mechanisms, and there will be support for the electoral process in order to settle political disputes. Extending the state's capacity, members of the Council were able to become aware of the weakness of the Haitian institutional situation. By way of example, the state can provide education to only 10% of registered students. This already is a low percentage of those of school age, and the state controls neither the content nor the quality of private education, which is responsible for a very high percentage of education in the country. The same thing holds good in other sectors regarding institutions where the population is bereft of basic services. The Council mission was able to note that the government and MINUSTAH work jointly in extending the state's capacity, both on the ground and also enhancing its ability to provide administration of the country and basic services to the population. National authorities mentioned legal progress made combating corruption, the approval of a customs code, a statute for parliamentary staff, and administrative and financial rules for the workings of the legislature. However, the government and local administrations are still hampered when it comes to providing essential services to the people, such as health and education. During the visit to UNAMID, the Council mission was able to observe progress in the integrated border management program. The mission was able to note the permeability and free movement in the border area between Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and noted that progress had made on infrastructure. Members of the mission received explanation on the preparation of key legislative documents in conjunction with border management drawn up by the government together with MINUSTAH. Members of the Council encourage the national authorities to continue enhancing the custom data system, to intensify also land patrols and open new control points to increase the collection of income. This is an important chapter when it comes to the tax resources for the state. The Council members were also informed of the reactivation of the joint Haiti-Dominican Republic committee, which should lead to drawing up of a work program dealing with issues of common interest. The members of the Council visited the naval base for MINUSTAH and Fort Liberté, where they examined the operational plan for maritime patrols together with the UN police and the Haiti National Police Force. The mission was shown that the joint naval team of Fort Liberté also takes part in a weekly border control on land, sea and air. The rule of law and human rights. From the conversations held with the Minister for Justice and Public Security, the Secretaries of State for Justice and Public Security, the Director General of the National Police of Haiti, and the Director of the Prison System, and the Commandant and Police Commissioner of MINUSTAH, it became clear that for Haiti there is a priority consisting in enhancing the capacity of its national police. This is essential for national ownership of the matter of security. Progress was made in professional training for officials, the increase of institutional capacity, and the development of infrastructure in order to achieve the established goals regarding reform of the police force. The ambitious program requires the support and cooperation of the international community. The mission noted the goals achieved in the reform and enhancing of the rule of law and its institutions in Haiti. Council representatives who were present at the inauguration of the School of the Judiciary were able to note important advances in organization and the implementation of 3 important laws, establishing the High Council of Judicial Power, the statute for the judiciary, and supporting the training of judges. Despite these goals achieved, there is still work to be completed regarding the establishment of the High Council of Legal Power, the consolidation of the Office for the Citizens' Protection, legal investigation and inspection, and the execution of the strategic plan intended to increase the prisons in the country, and there needs to be a general review of the condition of prisons, prisoners held preventively. The limited capacity of the legal power to the judiciary to administer justice quickly has led to a sharp rise in the number of prisoners who are crushed together and see their fundamental rights violated. Both the Prime Minister and the Minister of Justice expressed a desire to improve matters in justice and recognize the support of MINUSTA here. The Haitian authorities emphasize the respect for civil and political rights, in particular for freedom of expression in the country. The members of the mission expressed concern for the limitations on economic, social and cultural rights in Haiti. This is emphasized because of the humanitarian situation as a result of the natural events in 2008, the world food crisis, and the deterioration of the international economy. The humanitarian situation. Haiti is particularly vulnerable when it comes to hurricanes and tropical storms from the Atlantic. Members of the council were able to observe the effects of the flooding caused by last year's hurricanes in the city of Gonaives, and also, they were made aware of the endeavors to prevent disasters, to bring about a reduction of risk and deal with the water basins. The mission visited an intensive labor force project in order to reduce vulnerability by terracing, constructing small dikes, and dealing with water courses and improving canals. Food security is one of the main concerns in the country. The members of the council received information on the difficult situation with regard to farming in Haiti. The permanent representative of Japan, supported by other members of the council, expressed concern for the low productivity here, where more than 50% of the population is employed, but the production covers barely 48% of food needs. Members of the council encouraged the Haitian authorities to adopt agricultural policies to boost production. Additionally, they urged the government of Haiti to display its commitment to establish goals that are viable in reasonable terms. All of this in order to contribute to stability in Haiti. Social and economic development. It was evident to the mission that the actual levels of extreme poverty, where 80% of the people live on under $2 a day and 50% on under $1, are incompatible with the goal to establish stability in the short term. The Haitian interlocutor has indicated how important it is to continue working with the international community in order to implement a reconstruction development strategy in the country. Here, they acknowledged the importance of the poverty reduction strategy documents and the assessment of needs in the aftermath of the disasters. The proposals of Professor Collier and Professor Sachs, and also the U.S. legislation which establishes preferential access for Haitian exports, dubbed HOPE 2. All these initiatives are essential in order to activate Haiti's economy and bring about long-term economic security. The forthcoming donor conference in Washington, convened by the Inter-American Development Bank, was also viewed as a major opportunity for Haiti to ensure access to additional funds for its recovery and reconstruction. The Council mission noted that the contribution of the diaspora to Haitian development, which is today contingent on an outstanding reform to allow double citizenship, must also be reviewed. Regional cooperation. The Council had the opportunity of meeting with members of the core group, and it was able to note the decisive role played in ensuring effective coordination between MINUSTA and the diplomatic and donor community. During the entire course of the mission, Council members were able to observe the high degree of commitment of Latin American countries with Haiti, as well as fully participating in the peacekeeping by means of their contributions of both troop and police. The countries of the region continue to lend support to the social-economic development of the country by means of both bilateral and multilateral measures, specific development programs and rapid impact programs carried out under MINUSTAH. Here, it must be emphasized that the Haitian authorities, on repeated occasions, stressed that South-South cooperation is an area of growing interest in their view. The mission was also able to assess that the continued participation of regional and sub-regional organizations, such as the Organization of American States and CARICOM, is important to ensure that Haiti becomes part and parcel of the broader context of Latin America and the Caribbean, and is able to further deepen its commitments with its partners in that hemisphere. Sir, I do not wish to conclude without reiterating the fact that the international community has a commitment regarding the success of Haiti. It is therefore important that the Haitian authorities promote national consensus, not just with regard to stability and political security, but also laying down solid bases for socio-economic development. The draft report of the mission will shortly be distributed to council members so that it may be reviewed. In this, you will find a detailed analysis of the activities and conclusions reached by the mission in the areas of the report covered. Thank you very much.